Have you ever thought going through the apocalypse, what would your playlist be like? That's what we're going to talk about today on As the World Burns. Hello, everybody. Thank you for showing up and showing out. I want to welcome you to As the World Burns, newly revamped, and that along with a couple of other things. Um, I'm also going to be doing a podcast on the paranormal, so keep your eye open for that. But today, for As the World Burns, we've I've decided this show is not going to only be post-apocalyptic authors. We're going to talk about a bunch of different things, which is going to include prepping what you're going to need for an apocalypse, what you should have in your garage, how much of it should you have in your garage. Um, we're definitely still gonna talk to authors about their post-apocalyptic writings, where they've, got the idea what their apocalypse is. Um, but today I want to talk to you guys about music because I know that during the apocalypse, we're probably not going to have um, a lot of electric, if any at all. Some of us might have the pleasure of being able to have some solar powered um, things, or, um, some of us might be smart enough to have the generators in the garages and stuff. But if it's just popping off, okay, let's say, and I'm even going to set the scene. We got a zombie apocalypse, okay, which probably highly unlikely, but with all of the experimentation and all the stuff, you just never know what our government's doing to us. So, um, let's just pretend we have a zombie apocalypse hitting off. So, what would your soundtracks be like? What would your playlist be? I have a couple of ideas, and I definitely want to hear yours. And I hope that you guys will show up for me, because I want to know. I want to know what music you absolutely will have to have. Um, I'm a Gen Xer, so I've got a lot of older music on here. So I definitely, if you're a millennial, which actually some of our music might be the same. But if you're a Gen Z, what's the other one? Alpha? I don't know, but anything under Gen X, I definitely want to hear your playlist because I definitely want to know what you have, what your thought process is, what you have going through your mind in these different situations. So I came up with a group of scenarios, just something really minor, like the first one. You're scavenging on the streets. You're scavenging in cars. You're going through cars, and I want to know what's playing in your head. So I like came up with a couple of them for mine, and they may seem kind of weird. And I realize this first one is probably a little, I don't know, weird, but because of the scavenging, I would have to say Kanye's "Gold Digger" would be definitely one for that kind of scenario for me. I love that song. I think it is hysterical. The video is even funny. So if you haven't seen it, you got to see it. But I like Kanye's Gold Digger for that. And I'm not going to tell you the other ones because, going to need it for another show. But I'm still going to be adding to this list. The next one that I have, next situation that I have is like you're raiding homes. You're done. You've come upon a residential area and there's a ton of houses. So what do you hear when you're scavenging through some homes? Probably extremely unconventional. Creep by TLC. I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say about that. Because I know, I don't know if any of you know who TLC is. So this will be interesting. So keep adding to your list. I'm adding to mine, and we'll we'll revisit this list. But I want to hear what a good house rating song for you would be. Because I think that just having that in your mind when you're sitting there, because I'm also an author, as most of you know. But there are certain situations, some songs start playing in my head, which is really weird, and I never thought that that would be a thing, but it is a thing for me at least. Um, so I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say because everybody's got different tastes. There may be a song out there that's way better suited that I'd be like, "Oh my god, why didn't I think of that?" So definitely let me know. But the next section is rating office buildings. Um, why you'd rate an office building, I have no idea. I guess that would be my first question. Why am I rating an office building? So maybe it's even like a veterinary office, a doctor's office, something for meds or something like that. A regular office building, I wouldn't even put it past them to have like waters or some snacks stocked away, even if it's in a what are they called? Vending machines. Sorry, old lady brain. Um, so what song would you have for rating office buildings? The first one that I have is Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen. So tell me what you think. We'll do this again and we'll do more. So just but that one was the one that had first come to my head, without giving it too much thought. That was the first one that came to my head. Next one I have is for scavenging grocery stores. We all know that's a big hit. You're walking, you need something. Walmart's a great place. Any of those one-stop shops. I know that Kroger's has tried to become a Walmart. So maybe some of them stores would have some stuff, but scavenging grocery stores. Oh Lord, help me. I have breaking the law by Judas Priest. I haven't come up with anything else, so I'll be doing my homework for next month. So, but yeah, tell me what you would come up with. This was so much fun to do. And talking about it, I cannot wait to hear your guys' responses. This is gonna be so fun. Okay, so in the apocalypse, you're not necessarily gonna be able to have gas for cars or anything like that. So let's just pretend that gas is completely out. Okay, you have no vehicular travel. So you're walking between cities, between like out here in Arizona. That's a long way. That's a very long way. Lots of barren land. So while you're walking, what even if your area is not like that, I mean, you still have a good distance that you would have to traverse just on just on foot. Um, so I'd like to know yours what your songs would be, but you're traversing between cities. The first one that I came up with was "Sweet Dreams" by the Eurythmics. So if you don't know what that song is, and look it up because it was a pretty good one. Um, I'm dating myself with some of these songs. So another area that I was thinking of, just while you're driving, this could be you just heard that we're having problems in the country or, wherever you're at. You just heard about it. You had no clue that crap was hitting the fan. Um, you weren't sure what was going on. You're driving, just driving a car. And I love this song. I love this song so much. So my first song that I came up with was Black Betty by Ram Jam. What do you guys got? Just you're driving around, you're hearing that all this stuff's starting to kick off. So maybe you step on the gas a little bit more. What song's gonna get you there? What song's gonna get you ready? So want to hear what you gotta say. Um next one. I have sneeze stuck. So if I have to mute, I'm sorry, but the next one I have is like the initial infection hits, okay? And we're just, we're getting to a point where some of us are still, some of the country's still kind of stupid because they never got into the zombie genre. So they don't know. They think these people are just sick. Initial infection, you being part of the zombie genre. Sorry. You being part of the zombie genre, you understand what's going on. So, what is the first song that comes to your mind when it's initial infection? Everything is starting to hit the fan. People are getting bit left and right. The first song, and I don't even know if you remember this broad. She was a one-hit wonder. She used to be on Kids Incorporated back in yes, I said Kids Incorporated. Back in like the early 90s, late 80s. Martika with Toy Soldiers. That was the song that I thought of for initial infection. And it worked. We all fall down like toy soldiers. So that's where I got that. Which is very strange. Um the next one is when you're running from a horde. Excuse me. So there's tons and tons of you've hit a cross street and it's a blind corner. You have no idea what's on your left or your right. You walk up to it, you see a ton of zombies, and they now see you when you're running from them. What's going through your head? Don't know why. Michael Jackson Thriller was the first one for me. I want to hear what you have to say. I picked Michael Jackson Thriller. It was a crazy song. It was a zombie song and a lichen song, a werewolf song. So it was the best. Michael Jackson's just I don't care. I don't care. I like him. He's still good. You can't take away his performance, his ability. You can't take that from him. And he was never convicted. Just saying. So Horde catches up to you for the next section. Horde is caught up to you, and all you can do is fight. So you're standing there and you're fighting. What's the song that comes into your head? Because what I hear is, and it's kind of slow now that I think about it, Tom Petty won't back down. I want to hear what you have to say. So make sure you put that, make sure, let me know. I don't care if it's in the comments. I don't care if it's a private message. I want to hear it. So you've fought the horde, moving on, um, come upon a group of people, human, and they're not really friendly. They're not friendlies. So you realize, well, shit, I got to fight these people. So when you're fighting other humans, what's the song that comes to your mind? Mine is Jump Around My House of Pain. I'm all over the place. I don't know what the hell's going on up in here. But Jump Around by House of Pain. Um, any of these songs, if you haven't heard of them, look them up. They're good. They're good, I promise you. I wouldn't lead you astray. Um, another, how many more do I have? Oh, I've got a couple. Another section or another area that I thought would be good for a playlist is you find a stockpile of supplies. So you're like, hallelujah, I'm saved for right now. So you find a stockpile of supplies. What is your first song that you think of? You know, you're come upon all this new food and new water. What is the first song that you think of? Um, me, it was I still don't understand this. Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. I don't know. I don't know. Don't ask questions I can't answer. You know, It's really fun doing stuff like this, but then I sit here after I'm done and I look at my pics and I'm like, "What was I thinking?" Oh, and I can't believe I'm sharing it with everybody. Okay. So, inevitably, you will have downtime. Um, if you are only carrying a backpack or what have you, you're not gonna have much of anything. So, during your downtime, what are you doing? Are you listening to music? Are you reading? Are you trying to, you know, write the events of what had happened, what's going on and all that? The song that I have playing in my head during downtime is I don't know. Journeys Don't Stop Believin'. I don't know what I was thinking that day. I really don't. Oh boy. Yeah. And now of course the page doesn't want to turn. Um so this one was kind of hard for me because I don't know what song I would pick. But I guess the death of a loved one, if you were in a situation where you had um just lost someone, it could be to illness, it could be to the whatever zombie, whether it's a virus or whether it's just something that happens in the air, what have you. But what is a song that comes to mind when you have a death of a loved one? This could be a friend, this could be a family member, a significant other, but I picked Air Supply, All Out of Love. That was a good one. Um, and then, yep, I have a couple more still. But so, like, the one thing that I couldn't come up with one for was, um, what was it? The death of someone in a group. So it's, the group that you just came into got, acquired, whatever, on your travels. It's somebody in your group, and you become fast friends with those people, or I imagine you would become fast friends with those people. So, what song, because I couldn't think of anything, what song would you um, think of if someone in your group died? So, if you've got one, put it out there. I definitely want to know. So, if you were traveling to go pick up a family member who wasn't in the same area as you, maybe you were going to check on somebody, a grandparent, somebody, a cousin, whatever, um, and you end up seeing them as a zombie. That's gonna suck. But what song do you have? The one that I picked out was somebody that I used to know. I don't know if you guys remember that one. It was just, yeah. I don't know why it came to me for that one. And I couldn't think of a song for this one. You're sitting there on your downtime, memories come flooding back. What's a song that you would think of for the memories that come flooding back into your head? And I by no means am any type of music guru. I don't know hardly anything. And, like my husband knows, he knows who sang it, he knows when it was produced, he knows who produced it, he knows when it came out, he knows all this stuff. So my music is like very limited. So I cannot wait to hear what you guys have to say. So another area that I thought could use a playlist was you find a place, a safe house, and you're just there. And then you've had to come to the decision that okay, it's time to run because we're getting overrun, we're getting swarmed. And if we don't go now, we're not going to be able to go. So what song, oh Jesus, what song do you have for making the decision to run from a safe house. The one that I came up with, bye 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 by NSYNC. Yeah, the boy bands aren't even safe. Pardon me. So that's all I got. I want to hear your guys' stuff. I would like to do this again next month and find out what you guys have to say. And maybe you'd be like, hey, yeah, I really like that one. Or I don't know if that one really fit. Of course, this is your playlist, so it doesn't matter what I think. It's all what you think. So I want to hear your guys' opinions and what you have to say about your apocalypse playlist. So leave it in the comments, PM me, whatever. If you want to come on the show, let me know. I'll get you on here. We can have a discussion. All right. So thank you for being part of the As the World Burns podcast. I am Jen. I am so glad to see you guys. And thank you for hanging out with me, even though all of June was kind of like my hiatus. But I look forward to seeing you guys week after week, every Thursday. Have a good day.